slide कर लीजिए शिवम। Yeah, now it should be fine. Okay, we can begin. It is 5:13, so please try to end by 5:30. ठीक है? Okay. And as last time told, कि you have to think that we are new people, we don't know anything about DYS, और उस तरह से ही आपको present करना है. And in the end, question can also be asked by Abhishek Divyanshu. That is there. ठीक है? You have to. What is the topic for you?
So, mechanism of mind and practical benefits of knowledge of soul.
ठीक है. Okay, let us begin. Hare Krishna.
So let's discuss a very important topic, that is mechanism of mind. It is that topic which you all see in your daily life, and yeah, soul. We have discussed earlier in earlier DYS sessions about soul, and that soul is covered by a gross body, and that gross body constitutes of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Earth is all about the solids in body, that is the flesh and bones. Water means liquids in body like blood, water, etc., urine. Fire, all the acids and digestions in our bodies. Fire, air, we all know, and ether, space and sounds. And inside gross body and outside soul, there is a body called subtle body. It constitutes of mind, intelligence, and false ego. False ego means ahankar. And just like we wear banyan inside our shirt, uh, in the same way there is subtle body, and in subtle body, this mind, intelligence, and false ego, we can understand it by a simple analogy that mind can be understood as a hard disk in a computer system, which is a storehouse of all the experiences, likes and dislikes. And intelligence is a decision maker, means it is a CPU. We can understand it like a CPU, which is responsible for all decision making. And then it false ego, which connects soul to the body, that is ahankar. And here comes the most important part. Soul means atma. It consists of three parts, and these three parts are those important that we all are looking for in our life. We all want these three things, that is Satchit Anand, eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Knowledge, we all are knowledge seeker actually. We go to colleges, we go to schools. Why? Because we want to gain knowledge. We want to uh, we want to go from the ignorance to the knowledge. We are knowledge seeker, and we all wanted to become happy. We all wanted to be happy. We don't want any sufferings in our lives, and that's why we also want bliss and eternity. Nobody wants to die in this world. Even a bird sitting on a tree, actually, if we shot a tree, or if we throw stones on that bird which is sitting on a tree, uh, the bird will fly off. Why? Because it will not want to be killed by anyone. That is why it is said that the soul is eternal. Even a small ant and makki, we are unable to catch makki or a fly. Why? Because uh, it is not want to be killed. Yeah, from gross to subtle we have seen. And intelligence is actually the decision maker. Mind is storehouse of thoughts, unfulfilled desires, previous experiences, we have seen in the previous slides. And actually these get input from the five senses: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. These are interconnected to each other, and we can understand it by an example. By supposing our body as a chariot. If we think ourselves as a chariot, then these horses resembles our five senses. And these five senses are connected through rope, that is mind, and intelligence means the driver, and soul means the passenger. And if any one of the five senses is not in control, then what we see that the whole chariot, whole body will become disbalanced. So it is very important to have a control on all these five senses, to lead a or to lead a balanced life actually. And Lord Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita 6.6 through a very beautiful shloka, Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmevatmana jitah anatmanastu satrutve vartetma satruvat. It means, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. If we conquer the mind, actually, then the mind will become our best friend. And if it is not in a controlled state, it will become our greatest enemy. We can understand it through some examples, like likewise in a garden, if that plants are not trimmed well or not trimmed regularly, then they grow wild and that garden will no longer be look beautiful. And the water in uncontrolled state creates a huge disasters, likewise in the form of flood, tsunamis. And if that water is kept in controlled state, likewise by constructing some dams, so it will be our best friends. How it have many functions, like we can create electricity, etc. by that. And also, some years ago we have prepared for JEE. So we have constrained ourselves. We have kept ourselves undistracted so that we can study properly, and that's why we are in this esteemed institute actually. Why? Because we have controlled our mind. So for its proper utilization, the control of mind is very important. And yes, can the mind be controlled? Mind is compared to a knife actually. And is the knife good or bad? I wanted to ask any views about that. Anyone?
Sir, like it depends on how we use it.
Yes. Uh, yeah, as Ayush said, if that knife is in a surgeon's hand, he can save lives by giving treatment to some patients. But if the same knife is in a thief's hand or in a miscreant's hand or robber's hand, he can uh, he can perform some sinful activities. He can uh, do some crimes with it. He can kill someone with it. So it is actually, uh, it depends on us how we uh, do on them, that we can be good or bad. So there is a gigo principle: good in, good out, or garbage in, garbage out. What kind of things we put in our mind, that type of thing is actually we bring out of it. If we uh, put in bad words or if we see bad movies, then only bad things will come out of us. We will develop uh, devils from us. But if we hear some good divine messages, good spiritual books we read, then we will bring angel out of us. So it's actually your choice, what you intake in your mind. If you, it's your choice, you wanted to bring out Hanuman from you, or you wanted to bring Ravana from you. It's actually your choice, and it depends on the inputs which you take inside your mind. And it also, if we, the kind of books we read, the movies we watch, music we hear, and the friends we keep, it all have a great impact in our life. If we hear bad movies, if we hear bad musics, then we will impurify, or we will pollute our mind. We will pollute our mind, and if we hear good movies, or if we hear good sounds, or spiritual music, see spiritual movies, and read Bhagavad Gita, then we can actually purify our mind. And friends also have a impact in our life. If we make devotees as our friends, so we can take good associations from them, and can go in a right path, can go in a spiritual path by taking good guidance and association from the devotees friend. So it is actually our responsibility to intake good things from this environment, so that we can lead our mind healthier. And there was an advertisement where a man and a woman is smoking, and they are saying that it's cool. How bad it is that someone is taking someone is cigarette someone is taking cigarette vagera, and he is thinking that he is looking cool. It's not good. Actually, they are making fool the whole other worlds and himself also. Mind feels, I am an engineer, I should know how to hold a cigar at least. Smoking makes me feel cool, but it's not good. And intelligence think what? That but that's a bad habit, not good for you. Your parents won't like to see you doing this. You may become addicted to it. Don't get into wrong track. So there is a tug of war between the mind and the intelligence. uh, Suppose mind says that let me rush to this road, let me cross this road by running, and whereas intelligence says that uh, first see both side of the road, that if some vehicle is coming or not. So intelligence gives always a proper guidance, and hence we should strengthen our intelligence by reading spiritual books, by reading Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is actually a great source to enhance our intelligence, so that we can make good decisions in our life. It is very important actually. So here comes the last topic: practical benefits of knowledge of soul in everyday life. So I request you all to actually carefully listen this, because it will give you a actually different perspective how to think and how to live a happy life, confident life actually. So in this world, what divides us? Everyone is fighting us. If we see externally our body, we are surely to get some we are surely going to make some differences, and on behalf of those differences we fight. Peoples have a great wars on due to the bodily concepts of life. How on the behalf of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, on the behalf of religion, there was a great wars, thinking that I'm white, I'm black, rich versus poor, rich exploits poor generally, educated, illiterate, that think I'm beautiful, I'm ugly. And these are all actually the bodily consciousness. And bodily consciousness divides us. It creates war. And what unites us? People from all walks of life coming together for a higher cause, knowing that we are not this superficial body, but spiritual souls. Like the driver is different from the car. Uh, in 2016, there was a diamond jubilee in Kolkata ISKCON temple, and there 125 countries, across 125 countries, people came in a single roof. Why? Because they understood themselves as the spiritual soul, not this materialistic body. That's why they unite them, and they develop a brotherhood inside them. And कोलकाता इस्कॉन टेम्पल के जो प्रेसिडेंट थे, he also wrote a letter to prime minister that because prime minister initially had a world record of collecting 105 people countries के peoples एक roof के अंदर, and so the president of that ISKCON temple message him that can I break your record, because we are going to bring 125 countries, and if you don't give permission, or if you have some problems, then we bring out 104 countries so that we can prevent your record. Then Modi ji actually उसी दिन उन्होंने reply किया that I am proud of you, you can go and break our record. Why? Because if we think ourselves as the soul, then we all can be collect, we all can unite. And if we think ourselves as the soul, then we understood that we all are the parts and parcels, we are the child of the God. And if we think like that, then we can develop a good relationship among all the other species or other persons in this world, and we can think them as brothers and sisters, and we can do so by actually making God as a center. By doing so, we can establish a good relationship, and that there is no sense of fight. There will no fight between us if we have a universal brotherhood among ourselves. So this bodily consciousness also give rise to inferiority complex inside us. This guy is thinking that I am black, I'm short, ugly. Will anybody look at me too? I hardly get a good rank. I have no talent in sports. I came from a poor family. I don't know whether I'll earn my degree and pass out of the college. Life doesn't seem worth living because I am not like any of great heroes. He's feeling such inferiority complex. Why? Because he is thinking himself the outside body, this materialistic body, not the soul. If he think himself as the soul, he will be confident. He will be very much confident. Like this guy, he is saying that I am not this body, but I am a pure soul with abundant potential. My defects are superficial among appearing in the body, but not a part of happy and healthy soul. My heart is full of love, joy, serenity, compassion for others. So actually, all souls are divine, and all souls are eternal. Uh, and by in this world, we acquire some bad qualities. We, as we all know, that we are the parts and parcels of the body of the God. We are Satchidanand. The soul is Satchidanand. So, but likewise, the drops of rain, when it is in the air, it is very much pure. But as it touches the ground, it becomes muddy. So that's why we are, our body is divine, but in this materialistic world, we acquire bad qualities, and we can wash them off by following the right path. Yeah, this is soul consciousness. We will feel more comfortable. Positive outlook and attitude to life. Yeah, this guy is thinking that everybody is selfish. Just see how he is not cooperating with me. I feel lonely and cornered. I think I also should learn to become selfish, harsh, and arrogant to survive and grow in life. Then I will show others who I am. No wisdom that everyone is originally a part and parcel of Supreme, but now they are covered up. They, this person is thinking himself as the materialistic body. That's why he is thinking very much negative. But if he thinks himself as the soul, then he will be very much positive in his nature. He can think of like this one, that instead of blaming my friend for not being cooperative, let me learn to help him and be more kind and courteous with him. Then hopefully he'll change unless I set a good example. What's the point demanding the same from others? this tolerance, patience, considering everyone to be potentially good. An incident here that once Gandhiji was sitting in a ship and some officers thought that the Gandhiji is very humble guy and let him make angry by doing some prank, that he drew Gandhiji's photo as a monkey on a paper and attach a pin, and he went to Gandhiji कि that these are some valuable and important things we have bought for you, just keep it with you. Then after some times, when they go to Gandhiji, uh, they asked where are those papers which we gave you. Then Gandhiji pointed out to the dustbin and said that here are those papers. Then instead of Gandhiji, those officers became angry and they asked them, I said that these are very valuable and important things and you throw it dustbin. Then Gandhi ji uh, open his purse and then show them that pin and say that this is the only valuable important thing which I found on from the papers so you gave us. So if you looked at how did great personalities who think that they are, who have the knowledge that they are the souls, they are not the materialistic body, they have a positive outlook and attitude towards their life. So right use of resources. There was a politician, he has crores of money and he was very much afraid that his son will take all of his money. So he decided to put that money in a Swiss bank, and when he came back, his son called police and put him in behind the bars. But uh, इन फादर अभी भी थोड़ा बहुत सेटिस्फाई थे कि चलो और तो कुछ नहीं, कि दोज मनी विल नॉट गो टू माय सन. You know the extent of greed which we have developed in this materialistic world. These are all comes by thinking ourselves as a materialistic body. And this person, he has the knowledge that about the soul. He, if a person has the knowledge about the soul, then he take cares, or he takes the responsibility of the others species also. Like look at the cows, they are suffering without food, let me arrange some grass for her. Every living being is like my brother and sister, every creature deserves to live. If I can preach to a few rich men of my country, I'll teach them the culture of sharing all resources of the supreme intelligence amongst all these creatures, then there will be no poverty in our country. So we should think ourselves as the soul, not this materialistic body. If we think ourselves as the soul, then we can lead a simple, great, and a very confident life, and we will not be deviated, and we will follow our correct path. So thank you all. Here is the summary which we all have discussed. And before
Okay.
some questions, I also wanted to show a 40-second video.
Okay. You can do quickly.
Yes. सर बाद में दिखाना सर, अभी मिल नहीं रही.
ठीक है.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very nice presentation. आपने भी काफी अच्छे से prepare किया, so it was very nice. सो या गर्मी बहुत हो गई है, बस एक चीज ये है गर्मी का काफी प्रॉब्लम हो गया है। सुबह भी मुझे भी बहुत गर्मी लगती है, उस रूम में मैं बैठा रहता हूँ, ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। सो एनीवन वांट टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन? दिव्यांशु, आयुष, अभिषेक कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहेंगे रिगार्डिंग टू दिस टॉपिक?
Yes.
यस यस आयुष बोलिए। आई थिंक आवाज नहीं आ रहा है उनका। ओके, बिफोर ही अनम्यूट्स तो मैं दिखा देता हूँ, मैंने मार्क्स वगैरह मैं कल को भेजने वाला हूँ आप सब लोगों के बेस्ड ऑन द प्रेजेंटेशन, बट आई हैव रिटन बेसिक पॉइंट्स और भी लिखा है मैंने। बट या पॉजिटिव थिंग इज लाइक यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग नाइसली, यू हैव अंडरस्टूड। सबसे पहली बात तो वही है, वो मैंने लिखा नहीं लेकिन या यू हैव अंडरस्टूड, इसीलिए आप समझा पा रहे थे, एंड यू आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, and you are also telling that this point is important, you are asking the audience to pay attention, so that is also very good। अच्छा रहता है जब हम कुछ जरूरी बताने वाले होते हैं तो हम ऑडियंस को एक बार रिमाइंड कर दें कि इस पॉइंट पर ध्यान दें, क्योंकि नॉर्मली लोग ध्यान कभी कभी नहीं देते हैं। and then you are quoting some examples also, especially for the last part जहाँ पर आपने सब ये सोल वाला बेनिफिट बताया, और ये बताना भी बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि इसी से मतलब लोग समझेंगे कि हाँ बेनिफिट क्या है। सो दीज वर वेरी नाइस थिंग्स। बस एक चीज है कि कभी कभी वैसे अभी पॉसिबल नहीं था, लेकिन मतलब बस मैं आपके लिए बता देता हूँ कि हम रीड करने के लिए भी बोलते हैं सच ऑडियंस को जब भी कुछ लंबा रहता है, लेकिन इसमें एज सच कुछ इतना था नहीं, लेकिन कभी कभी और जो अभी हम बोल रहे थे उसमें कभी कभी हम मॉड्यूलेशन करके थोड़ी चीजें स्ट्रेस कर सकते हैं कि लाइक माइंड का जहाँ पे आप श्लोका बता रहे थे उस वाले को थोड़ा हम प्रेस के साथ फोर्स के साथ बता सकते हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज समथिंग इम्पोर्टेंट, सो दैट कैन बी टोल्ड मतलब इन अ फर्म वे, तो वो एक चीज किया जा सकता है। एंड ऑल्सो लाइक स्पीच समटाइम्स मतलब कभी कभी हेजिटेशन के साथ बोलना, कभी कभी मतलब उसको ऑडियंस वो नहीं करती, कभी कभी हेजिटेट नहीं करना चाहिए, जो भी हम बोलें एक दो चीजें अगर इधर उधर भी हो जाती है, although the goal is that we present what we have heard very nicely from like read from these books written and told by Krishna, so इन सब books में जो लिखा है, लेकिन sometimes we have to be firm also, मतलब बोलते time it should be little more confident, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है, that is all right, otherwise it was very nice presentation, so बहुत ही अच्छा है, आप लोग बहुत अच्छे से prepare कर रहे हैं, I am really thankful to all of you। so now आयुष का क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, फिर उसके बाद हम बात करते हैं, बस जल्दी खत्म करना है, ये भी एक चीज है, but yeah you can ask question Ayush, no issues।
Sir, the first question I want to ask, sir, can you please explain about ether? Sir, what exactly is ether like in our body?
what exactly is
Ether. Like our body is made up of earth, water, fire, ether.
this question is for me or Shivansh?
Also for Shivan, like
So, yeah, I use ether. Ether is those sounds and space in our body. If we talk about our body, then there are some spaces and some sounds also, which the vibrations we create. These are the actually ether.
so. Like, sir, I was having one more question.
Hmm.
How do we know that, sir, ego principle works on our mind also? Because like we have seen many of the like bogus gurus and sannyasis who intake like very bad things, but when they go to public, they preach like so well to public. Like we have seen Ram Ram, like he was indulged into very bad activities also, but like while he was preaching, he was preaching like decent things. So like how we know that ego principle works on our mind?
या तो जब वो ऐसा कर रहा था तो अ, जब वो उसका इंटेंशंस गलत थे, तो जब वो उस इंटेंशंस को सोच रहा था, एक्चुअली ही वाज थिंकिंग इनिशियली कि आई विल मेक मनी फ्रॉम देम। सो while thinking what he is doing, he is intaking bad things in his mind only. सो अगर वो गलत चीज सोचेगा तो गलत ही करेगा फिर। अच्छा करने, वो सिर्फ दिखावे के लिए अच्छा कर रहा था, लेकिन his intentions was wrong. He exploit women. Only wanted to make money, और बहुत लोगों को उसने भटकाया है। तो वही है कि गलत सोचेगा तो गलत ही करेगा फिर।
And sir, one more question I wanted to ask. Like you told, as body consciousness is not important, and we have to be soul conscious, right? So, like, if we are soul conscious, so we do not exactly care about body, right?
नहीं,
So when
we actually make a balance between those, between the
no, like external appearance of body, right? Like we don't have to be in a specific look or form or dress, something like that, because like we are soul. So what is the need for like dressing up like these people who teaches these types of things, like sannyasis and gurus, they wear a particular uniform and tilak and like that thing. So why they focus on their bodily appearance instead? Because but we are soul. So is that matter? Does that matter? Why do they do that?
कंडीशंस और सिचुएशंस के हिसाब से हमें थोड़ा अपने आप को बाहर से भी प्रिपेयर करना पड़ता ही है। हम स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में तो है नहीं, हम यहाँ पे मेटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड है, तो मेटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड में है। तो अगर सपोज कहीं हम मीटिंग वगैरह में जा रहे हैं, तो ये तो है नहीं कि हम चड्डी बनियान में चले जाएंगे। तो थोड़ा सिचुएशंस और कंडीशंस के हिसाब से, ताकि ये कोई बोले ना कि ये स्पिरिचुअलिटी को फॉलो कर रहे हैं लेकिन इसको सेंस नहीं है कपड़े पहनने के लिए। तो वी शुड बी रेस्पॉन्सिबल इनफ कि हम सिचुएशंस को समझ के उसके हिसाब से अपने आप को एडजस्ट करें, रिगार्डलेस कि हम अपनी स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस को आंच ना आने दें। So we have to make a balance between those, spiritual and this materialistic body also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good questions, Ayush.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Very
I have
nice.
one question.
हाँ
If
बोलिए।
time allows.
यस यस ठीक है।
टाइम भी हो रहा है सर।
कोई नहीं, अभी चलते हैं। अब जब आप लोगों का मन नहीं भरता है तो हम भी अवेलेबल हैं।
Yes, sir. Sir, in one of the slides where you were telling about how to take good inputs, so the heading was that how to make the scripts. So what is that?
Means scripts, हमारा जो माइंड है वो एक तरह की स्क्रिप्ट को ही रीड करता है, कि जैसा हम इनटेक ले रहे हैं, मीन्स अच्छी अच्छी बुक्स ले रहे हैं, तो actually we script our mind in a good way or in a bad way, it is up to us only. So actually we are scripting good by reading spiritual books, by reading Bhagavad Gita. So ये स्क्रिप्ट का मतलब हुआ उसमें।
And so when you told about that example that Modi ji allowed to break his own record, so that can be politics also.
हाँ, उसके इंटेंस वो अंदर ही अंदर, हम तो जानते नहीं उसको कि उसने पॉलिटिक्स खेली, लेकिन क्या, लेकिन वहां पे ये दिखाना मेन पॉइंट नहीं था कि मोदी जी ने ऐसा कर दिया तो वो कितने महान इंसान है। वहां पे पॉइंट ये था कि कैसे जो अलग अलग देशों के इतने सारे 125 कंट्रीज के जो लोग हैं वो एक रूफ के नीचे इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं। मीन्स they understood कि we are the spirit souls, not this body. That's why irrespective of thinking that I am Hindu, I am Christian, I am Pakistani, I am Indian, वो एक जगह एकत्रित हुए थे। I hope you got the answer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
या हरे कृष्ण, काफी अच्छा टेस्ट हो गया लग रहा है शिवांग के लिए। तो अच्छा भी था, काफी आंसर अच्छे थे, स्पेशली ये लास्ट वाला आंसर आई वाज completely satisfied with that answer. And also जो दिव्यांग आयुष ने पूछा about that saintly person, so that answer was also very nice. These two answers I really found nice. और अगर अभी हमें कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है, मतलब ये नहीं भी पता होते हैं आंसर, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं ना, we can, मतलब normally what we say is actually at this point of time I cannot directly answer you this, I have to check with my seniors and I will answer in the next session. मतलब अगर कुछ भी क्वेश्चन का कुछ हमें सही आइडिया नहीं है, तुक्का मारने से अच्छा रहता है कि हम बता दें कि हमें ये वाले का सही आंसर नहीं पता है। जैसे ईथर वगैरह का हमें नहीं पता है, मतलब पता है आपने बताया वो साउंड, लेकिन वो थोड़ा तुक्का वाला लग रहा था इस तरह से, तो कोई इशू नहीं है। और पहली बात, ये क्वेश्चन इररिलेवेंट था, मतलब आप ऐसा बता सकते हैं कि दिस हैज नथिंग टू डू विद आवर सेशन, 5 things are there, but ether का क्या करोगे आप, मतलब ether means basically space only, so whatever the space is covered by this body or whatever the space within the body, that is ether. So space मतलब जो भी हम बोलते हैं ना, स्पेस एवरीवेयर, जो भी हमारा बोल रहे हैं, that is ether basically. स्पेस होगा तभी कुछ होगा, स्पेस में ही। तो सबसे पहले इसीलिए शो करने के लिए स्पेस चाहिए, ईथर चाहिए, सो दैट्स व्हाई ईथर का फिर क्रिएशन हुआ, फिर उसके बाद वाटर का, इस तरह से मतलब हुआ, दैट वाज अनदर टॉपिक। तो ठीक है, अभी काफी देर हो गई, तो नेक्स्ट अभिषेक आप जल्दी से आ सकते हैं, प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, एंड प्लीज ट्राई टू फिनिश इन टाइम, यही रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा अभी तो सभी से। एंड देन वी कैन हैव सम क्वेश्चन आंसर आल्सो, नाइस क्वेश्चन आंसर्स।
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I am presenting in phone, so if I present, then my video will stop. So anyone can present from my side.
हाँ, आप शिवांश को ही सेंड कर दीजिए जल्दी से, वो कर लेंगे शायद, या अमन को सेंड किया।
Yes, sir, अमन सर के पास हो गया।
लेकिन उनका तो खुद ही आवाज अटक रहा है, लग रहा है मुझे। अमन,
is that the same PPT जिसमें हमने बोला था?
It is the PPT of शब्द प्रमाण।
अच्छा अच्छा, इट इज डिवाइस 2 PPT। तो ये वाला मेरे पास शायद मैं देखता हूँ, क्या नाम है उसका PPT का? अच्छा, शेयर कर रहे हैं वो, ये आ नहीं रहा है वैसे, मुझे तो नहीं दिख रहा है। नाम क्या है इसका, आप बताएंगे अभिषेक?
Yes, sir, चेक करता हूँ।
इनर सेल्फ कुछ है क्या नाम? हाँ, आ गया ये वैसे। अभी तो शब्द प्रमाण है अमन इनका, तो शब्द प्रमाण पर जा सकते हैं, लेकिन काफी मुझे लग रहा है ठीक है, मैं शेयर करता हूँ। इसका नाम बताइए PPT का एक बार आप मुझे, तो मैं सर्च कर सकता हूँ। इस पर टॉपिक क्या, ऊपर हेडिंग क्या लिखा है, नाम इसका DYS करके कुछ लिखा होगा ना?
Yes, sir, just
क्योंकि इसका नाम कुछ चेंज हो गया है, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही मुझे ढूंढना पड़ेगा, है तो मेरे पास होगा तो।
sir, DYS 3
It's DYS 3, Manual of Life.
मैनुअल ऑफ लाइफ, डिस्कवर मैनुअल ऑफ लाइफ, ये वाला ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है, खुला।
सारे बाहर दो।
डिस्कवर मैनुअल ऑफ लाइफ, देखता हूँ मेरा अगर सही चल रहा है, शेयर अगर विदाउट मच डिले हो रहा है। आप लोग देख पा रहे हैं, आ गया या अभी नहीं आया शेयरिंग?
Yes, sir, visible.
तो इसमें शब्द प्रमाण इसमें है क्या?
19 slides.
slide 90 now. Escape. Slide 90. ठीक है. ठीक है. So from here I could come.
Yes, sir. So good evening, everyone. So in the last session, we have seen that the other two ways, that is Pratyaksh Praman and Anuman Praman, are not the good ways for for gaining knowledge, and these are not the good way for proper and better method for gaining the knowledge. So the better method is Shabd Praman, because in Shabd Praman the teaching is directly coming from the Lord himself, that is Krishna, as explained in Srimad Bhagavatam or and Bhagavad Gita. So please, next slide. So as a newborn child, baby doesn't know his father. So how he know his father? There are two ways that he can know his father. First by the Arohan method, and the second by the Avrohan method. In the Arohan method, he can investigate himself that who is his father by DNA test, and by DNA test he can identify 200 men, of which one of his father. So this will take 800 years. So this is a very long method. So so the other method is Avrohan method, in which there simply that the child goes to his mother and asks simply that who is my father. Then the mother replied that he is your father. Then this is the simply method that he can trust his mother, and mother tells him that he is your father, then he can accept him. Similarly, Vedas are like our mother, and God is our father. So we have to trust on Vedas and read of Vedas to know our supreme father, that is Krishna. So please next. Mantra has a superpower, just like as in the ancient times that the war of Kurukshetra was there, and in that there was a mantra due to which the weapons are arising. As there are different months for different weapons. Just as in today's era that we have nuclear weapons, which are too much destroying. Just as there in the ancient time, there is Brahmastra, which the warrior call by the mantras. So mantras have too much power, and you can see that simply a chanting of Om mantra, one can meditate and concentrate himself. And you can also see that by simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can simply come in the association of God himself. So please next. And the Vedic process of learning is coming in the process of parampara, that is sampradaya. That for example, that if you go to an engineering college, and college is assuring you that that college will give you the degree, but it will not assure you that college will provide you the placements or jobs. So will it make any sense that why are you joining the college? So college must be authorized, that it should provide a authorized degree, bona fide degree, and also available for the placements. And so also the professors are coming in the parampara, that is they also teach, they also learn from their senior professors and their senior professors. So this come in parampara. And the books also, that books we learn are coming in the parampara method, that is from the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the supreme most of the top. So please next. as we all know that Wright brothers are the first to invent the aeroplane. You all know that, but we have seen that Vedas already include the science of the making of aircraft. Just in the ancient time, you can see that Pushpak Viman is there, which was driven by the Ravan. We have seen that in the ancient time already there is a airplane. So how Wright brothers can claim that they are the first to invent the aeroplane? So so you can skip the video. Video can take time. And in the Vedas, there is also the prediction of future also. Like we have Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gautam Bodh, Chanakya, Ashoka. These all magnificent, magnificent. So in these personalities are already mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Vedas, already before uh, the born of these personalities. So please next slide. Actually, because Britishers rule over India, so that's why they they turn the Vedas into the mythology. They simply put the Vedas into the myth, and they try to figure out the Vedas as primitive and English as the superior language. Uh, so please slide. Just a minute. If we accept axioms in science, then why cannot we accept Vedic axioms? That is, we can accept axioms. Axioms are those we can accept without the proof. So science is that we can accept some things that without the proof. That is like imaginary number root of -1. That is I. We can accept it without any proof. And the other things are like law of thermodynamics, and so please mm, scroll. So your screen is not coming.
Yeah, I think ये स्टॉप हो गया, मैं फिर से करता हूँ. अभी आ रहा है?
Yes sir, it's coming. Yes sir. So these are accepted without any proof, like imaginary number root of -1, Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Heisenberg uncertainty principle tells that we cannot determine the position and speed simultaneously. But there is no proof of this principle. Just and the law of thermodynamics also we can accept it without any proof. So we can accept these scientific science axioms. Why we can't accept Vedic axioms? But if we accept Vedic axioms, once we enter into the Vedas, we can understand the Vedic axioms also. But in this science, we cannot understand the scientific axioms by reading these scientific facts. So please. These are the four sampradayas which are directly coming from the Shri Krishna. That is Shri Sampradaya. That is this is the Sampradaya of Shri Lakshmi, the Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya. These are the four sampradayas from which the teaching of Sri Krishna is coming. Sri Krishna teaches all his teachings to them, and from them these teachings are coming in parampara method to us. So you can play this video. So the previous one video, please, you can play. That how the US Congresswoman accept the Bhagavad Gita in this pandemic time? So voice is not coming. So voice is not coming.
Voice was not coming, I think you were telling.
Yes, sir. Voice no is not coming.
मैंने शेयर करते टाइम इसको दोबारा से शेयर करना पड़ेगा. Voice. I think this is the last thing of this presentation, na? After
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ये यहाँ पे है.
Aloha and namaste. 2020 is certainly a year that will not soon be forgotten. For most, if not all of us, it has brought about many unexpected changes. The uncertainty that this year has brought has made me personally reflect upon the time that I spent deployed in the Middle East. That too was a time in my life when there was danger at every step. Each day brought new uncertainties, and likewise, many lives were lost. My shelter then and now has been the Bhagavad Gita, which means Song of God. The Bhagavad Gita spoken by Sri Krishna is full of transcendental wisdom that is as relevant today as it was 5,000 years ago when it was spoken. When we are blown here and there by the strong winds of change, when giant waves are crashing upon us, when we're feeling unsteady, lost, adrift, the Bhagavad Gita offers us guidance and hope. Looking at our problems through the prism of eternality, rather than merely identifying with our temporary material circumstances, gives us an anchor that offers great peace, purpose, and stability through even the most trying of times. May we always be blessed with remembrance of Sri Krishna, his unconditional love, and his transcendental appearance in this world. Jaya Shri Krishna.
So as you all can see that this is the US Congresswoman, and she also accept the Bhagavad Gita, saying Sri Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita. So in today's era, that most of the persons are converting their minds towards the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and towards the yoga also. So this is very good. The Vedic knowledge was revealed by the Supreme Personal, and this was all by the created being by Brahma, and this was all teaching in the Bhagavad Gita. So please next.
This is the last slide, I think. इससे आगे move नहीं कर रहा है. Yeah, some. अच्छा. Okay. You want to tell this also? You want to speak on this also?
No, sir. But
नहीं. You. Which slide you want? आप कौन सी slide चाहते हैं?
just it's lagging.
Like after this Brahma one, which?
Yes, sir. Next.
This one, Vyasdev.
Yes, sir. Vyasdev.
Yeah.
So Krishna teaches all the literatures of Bhagavad Gita, but there is no one to write them or to मतलब आगे कैसे आए वो, इसके लिए कौन होता, तो इसके लिए और स्वयं श्री कृष्ण जो है इनकारनेशन ऑफ गॉड दैट इज व्यासदेव के रूप में धरती पे अवतरित हुए थे 5000 years ago, so that all the peoples of Kalyuga can can uh, 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 can take advantage of the saying of Lord Krishna also. So please next one. So this is the chart. You can see that Vedic knowledge is coming in this process, that is Shruti and Smriti, that you all can see. So next slide. Srila Prabhupada also written more than 100 books on the basis of Bhagavad Gita, and these uh, these are all the coming from the Brahma Madhva Gadit Sampradaya also. So please next slide. So this story you all might remember that in the last session we discussed that the 6 blind men, 1 wise man. So 1 wise man by the Shabd Praman can teach all the 6 blind men that the how the structure of elephant is. So this was all from my side. If any of you has any question, then welcome.
Yeah, any question from Ayush, Divyanshu, Shivansh? I think हम स्पॉटलाइट करना भूल गए, ये अभिषेक वीडियो में नहीं आएंगे। शिवांश, चलो ठीक। कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहेंगे आप, आयुष, दिव्यांशु, शिवांश?
Yes, sir. Sir, how, as you said that in Shabda Brahman, we have to take knowledge from some bona fide sources. So in modern days, we see like it's too difficult to find bona fide sources. So how do you find bona fide sources?
Bona fide teacher is like that who have the all the knowledge about the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Like he has the complete knowledge about the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, and he knows all the teachings of Sri Krishna, and he is all away beyond from the materialistic illusion, and he is always in the company of Lord Krishna by mind also. So these are the by this we can identify the bona fide teacher.
Then one more question I was having, like as you said, we must we must accept the authority of Bhagavad Gita and like that. So, sir, somewhere I have also read that this Bhagavad Gita have been spoken to Manu, who was the father of mankind, and in the meantime it got contaminated, and then Lord again appeared 5000 years back, and he delivered this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So, like, how we know that until this time it is not contaminated and it is in its original form? Like, it has been contaminated previously, right? So, how we know that it is not contaminated now?
Actually, people are converting their message according to themselves. They not follow the teachings of God. They interpret the message of God according to themselves. So, as the previous saying of Krishna, Lord Krishna get contaminated. So Krishna, that's why comes to earth again, and comes to earth again to teach Bhagavad Gita again, because you know that the Bhagavad Gita all contaminated. So he knows that I have to take birth again. So that's the. I hope it's answer your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Abhishek, for nicely presenting and coming out with this nice presentation. Just wanted to just mention a few things. Actually, your presentation was completely nice in one sense, and like you answered also very nicely now. but yes, as we are all as are like improving, so there is always some scope also for improvement which we can think about. Like initially ना इस presentation में क्योंकि हमने start किया शब्द प्रमाण से, so that time like हमारा question मतलब अभी हम like we imagined that कि हमने प्रत्यक्ष और अनुमान प्रमाण किया हुआ है, and we should just start with little brief of that. 1-2 मिनट हमें थोड़ा बोलना चाहिए था कि अभी हमने ये देखा and now we are coming to शब्द प्रमाण, and then first we have to tell that शब्द प्रमाण, what is शब्द प्रमाण, rather than telling that शब्द प्रमाण is best. मतलब first we have to explain कि शब्द प्रमाण है क्या, rather than first telling कि शब्द प्रमाण ही सबसे अच्छा है. Otherwise it is like forcing upon people that शब्द प्रमाण ही अच्छा है. So it is not that way that शब्द प्रमाण ही अच्छा है. And then also like sometimes like some involvement can also be there, like because of circumstances अभी हम ऐसा नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. You could have added some involvement, जैसे वो especially वो DN like वो वाला, उसमें सबसे अच्छा एग्जांपल जो है वो चाइल्ड एंड डीएनए वाला है. सो यू कुड हैव आस्क्ड द ऑडियंस दैट हाउ अ चाइल्ड कैन नो अबाउट हिज फादर, व्हाट इज द बेस्ट वे. सो देन we can have like interaction with the people what they want, and then we can explain. मतलब ये वाला पॉइंट जो है ना, मेन वही पॉइंट है उस पूरी शब्द प्रमाण में समझाने के लिए कि शब्द प्रमाण कैसे उसका नॉलेज परफेक्ट है, कि कैसे वो नॉलेज आ रहा है. तो वहां पे अगर हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे सो दैट विल बिकम वेरी नाइस. अदरवाइज इट वाज वेरी नाइसली प्रेजेंटेड, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. ओके, नाउ वी विल हैव प्रेजेंटेशन फ्रॉम दिव्यांशु, बट आई थिंक वी हैव लेस टाइम. दिव्यांशु, तो आपको जहां से आपने एंड मतलब लास्ट टाइम जहां तक हमने कर दिया था उसके आगे से आप कर सकते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्ट. एंड या आई विल.
Shivansh, can you share your screen?
हाँ शिवांश, आप अपना दिव्यांशु अगर पॉसिबल है तो स्पॉटलाइट कर देते हैं, फिर रिकॉर्डिंग में आ जाएगा, अदरवाइज वो आता नहीं है. अभी भूल गए हम. हाँ ठीक है.
सर शुरू से ही कर दूं? 15 मिनट्स लगेंगे बस.
या इंट्रोडक्शन को स्किप करके आप वहां से शुरू करिए, जो फर्स्ट ये वाला पीपीटी है ना वो केमिकल्स वाला, वहां से आप कर सकते.
ओके ओके सर. Okay friends, so we have already seen that in the previous session where I spoke that we for every material car there is required one living driver that can actually control that car. Without that without a living being controlling the car cannot move, or the aeroplane cannot fly without by a pilot. Without a pilot, a aeroplane cannot fly, or any machine, it cannot be controlled with a living being. A living being has to be there to control a machine made by matter. So our body is also made up of matter, and hence we are also having a driver sitting inside us that is controlling, that is responsible for moving our body, just like the driver moves the car. So we were learning this knowledge because we see that there are so many problems surrounding us, and Krishna, by knowing the knowledge that we are discussing here, the knowledge of the soul, Arjuna was able to overcome so many problems, like the problem of his depression, the problem of his anxiety, and he was able to emerge victorious. So we would like to continue the presentation from there only. So we were discussing that am I matter or am I spirit? As I have told you that we are this body, but we also have a soul inside us. So who we are actually? Are we the body that is made up of just matter and various elements, or we are that soul which I have told you which exists inside us. So if I ask you all that who are you? If I ask you all that who are you, then would somebody like to answer me? Who are you?
We are the
Anyone?
spirit soul.
You are spirit soul. Okay, you might have attended
Sir, I
this
am
session
Indian.
before.
I am Indian.
Okay, so seems like Abhishek has attended these kind of session before, and like one of you has told me that you are Indian. Some of you may tell me that you are. Some of you may tell me your name, but these are not actually our real identity. Like someone told that he is Indian, but some other day he may go and live in America, so he will become an American. So how this can be our true identity? Because the true identity will be that which cannot change. So your names, your nationality, these are not our true identity. What is our true identity? So we will find it in the further slides. So he is Dr. Harry Monson, professor of anatomy, Illinois College of Medicine, and he says that our body is made up of all these different types of elements. Like it's made up of water, we all know. It's 5 pounds of calcium, phosphate, potassium, sulfur, sodium. So these are what that our body, you all know that it is made up of various kinds of cells, and these cells are made up of various kind of elements. So if we separate all these elements which are present inside our body, you can see that these are the different kind of elements with which our body is made up of. So he has found out that the worth of all these elements is just rupees 110. If you go to the market and you want to buy all these elements with which your own body in the same amount of elements is made up of, it will be just of 110 rupees. So do you all think that you are just these elements that you see in front of you that are kept in the tray? Do you feel like that it is you? You see those elements. Do you feel like it is you? No. Suppose I give you an example, okay, that you are having a nail in your finger, okay, and in the other hand you have a hammer, and you want to put the nail into some wall, okay, suppose. And if you hammer the nail, if you are going to hammer the nail, and by chance, suppose the hammer hits your finger, you immediately shout, ah, you feel immense amount of pain. So who is actually feeling the pain? Is it your body? Is it your brain or some internal organ? Who is that? That is experiencing your pain. You will say, if you say that actually this body is experiencing the pain, but just now we saw that this body is just made up of matter, these different kind of elements. And if these elements are kept in a tray, and if you suppose hammer those elements kept in the tray, will the elements will shout? Will the elements scream? Will they feel pain? No. So that is the difference. We are not just this body, because we are able to feel, we are able to think, we are able to show signs of consciousness, which simple elements cannot show. All this is because our real identity is what our real identity is the soul, the driver inside us. Also, let me give you an example. Suppose your very near and dear friend is there, okay, and he owns, suppose, Mercedes-Benz car, okay. So Mercedes-Benz is of how much worth? Let's assume it's of 30 to 40, or it may be higher. So let's assume it may be of 30 to 40 lakh, okay. And according to the research conducted by this professor, our body is just for rupees 110. So suppose our very near and dear friend, he is driving a car, and let's only assume that he makes an accident, his car crashes somewhere. So his car is also damaged, and he is also injured. So suppose you reach there and you see that your friend is suffering. So whom would you like to protect? Means you would take the car to the garage for repair, or will you take your friend to the hospital to get cured? So who are you going to take? Anyone? Whom are you going to take?
Sir, I will take my friend only.
Yes. So I know that all of you will take your friend only. That's the value we have got. If we look that if we believe that we are only this body of rupees 110, Okay, and so we must have taken the Mercedes-Benz car, which is of 30 to 40 lakh rupees, because it is much more valuable. But no, we take our friend, because this we know that this friend is not just this body. If he was just this body, we would have taken the Benz car for repair. But no, we take our friend because our true identity is that we are not just this material body, but we are the spirit souls. And we don't have any worth. We are valuable than all the world's worth, actually. So, yes, so this is actually our real identity. We are the spirit souls. We are not just simply the chemical bundles. The chemical bundles cannot even smell anything. If we were simply these elements, we were simply this body which is made up of matter, different kind of elements. So elements cannot smell anything, they cannot see anything, cannot speak anything, but we are actually able to do these things. Why? Because I'm telling this again and again because this point is the most crucial point. We are not this matter only. We are the spirit souls. Okay. And yes, so let us move forward to know that what is our real identity. Let us clarify our doubt further. So this is a very renowned actor, a living beauty. She died a few years ago. So every one of you might know her. Is there anyone who doesn't know her? Everyone of you may know her. Yes, I'm right. So she died a few years ago. But you see, before death and after death, the body was same. But after death, the few signs that are actually present in the living beings disappeared from her. And these signs were the consciousness, the ability to think, the ability to show desires. Okay, and her beauty also, you can see that it's gone. So the body was there before death also and after death also. So why is it like that? These signs of consciousness are gone. If we were this body simply, then before and after that the body exists. So it must have not happened that we are missing something, but actually after death we all know that all these signs go away from the body. So the body is same, but the soul is gone. So the soul dies, the soul never dies, but the body dies. Even if you know, before the soul was there inside the body, before death the actor was so valuable, but after death the body was burned in fire. Even if you do not burn the body in fire, the body will start decaying, so eventually you have to burn it. So you see the soul is maintaining our body also. The soul is eternal, it never dies. Only the body dies at the time of death and the soul just simply moves out. So here is a beautiful shloka from Bhagavad Gita. It has moved one frame forward, so I think Shivansh can move it one frame backward. So the shloka is like that: na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitavan bhuya ajo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So the soul is in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, 20th shloka. And this, it says that for the soul, there is neither birth nor death. So it actually proves that it is our real identity because it is never changed. It never originated and it will never end also. It is our true identity. And it is said also in the last line that it is na hanyate hanyamane sharire. It is not killed when our body is killed. It is eternal. Like you see the image in the background. So you can see that when we were a child, we were an infant, our body was small. Then we grew into a child, then we became young, and then we became old. And finally, our body changes into a skeleton in the graveyard. So we see that during the whole lifetime, during the whole cycle, our body keeps on changing, but we do not change. Do you feel that with the body you have also changed? You have become someone else. Do you feel like that? No. So this is because even if our body is changing, we are not this body. We are the soul inside us, which is responsible for our consciousness. It is actually responsible for all the bodily activities we perform. It is responsible for the remembrance. it is maintaining our body. Without the soul, the body is dead, like we saw in the previous slide. So here are the differences in the body and the soul, which you might have realized till now, that body is just made up of matter, but the soul is spiritual. Spiritual in the sense it is not material. It is not like the things, the matter that we see all around us. It is above matter. It is something which is not matter. It cannot actually end, or it cannot die. The body is not conscious because after death the consciousness gets finished. It is actually the soul because of which the body is conscious. The body keeps on changing, like you can see the background also. During your whole life cycle you keep on changing. And also the scientists have found out that after 7 years your whole body cells, we know our body is made up of cells, the new cells keep on coming and the old cells keep on dying. So our body is changing all the time, but the soul never changes. Your true identity, you know that you do not change. You remain you do not become someone else. The body is temporary because it dies in the end, but the soul is eternal. We saw that in the shloka from that Bhagavad Gita. The body can die, but the soul cannot die. It is always alive. So see friends, this knowledge was given by Krishna to Arjuna, and see the change that before it he was trembling, he was facing so many problems, but after this, so this is actually the true knowledge which is being neglected today by us, because of which we are facing so many miseries. Like another example is here. If you see yourself in the mirror, then it is not actually you are seeing yourself. You are seeing only your body. But actually who you are the spirit soul that is present inside your heart, which is actually controlling your body. I told you in the example that every like car requires a living driver to move it. So you can see in this beautiful diagram that the controller is there in our brain, then eyes, we see everything through that camera. The driver is able to see that, you can see that computer in the heart, and our stomach and the intestines like are the engine that process the fuel. But the real driver within us, which is moving the body, which is moving the bodily car, is present inside our heart, and that is the real driver of the bodily car, without which the body is just dead. The real identity is our soul. So it is only the material viewpoint that it is believed that we are just these bodies and we are no more than a chemical bundle. It is all the materialistic viewpoint. Everything is finished at the time of death. But it is not like that, as we have already seen in the previous slides. If we were just this body, then what is causing us to show all these signs of consciousness? Because simple elements cannot do that. It's so simple. The spiritual viewpoint is that, would anybody like to read the slides, the spiritual viewpoint? Yes, anybody?
We are not the material body of flesh and bones. We are a spirit soul encased in the material body. We do not die when the material body stops to function.
Yes. So we have already seen all these points in the previous slides. So this was just a summary that we do not die when the material body stops functioning, because the functioning is of the soul and soul is eternal. We are spirit souls and we are just encaged inside this body. And this will be shown in this beautiful example also. So suppose there is a golden cage, okay, and there is a bird inside it. So if the bird is there inside a cage, and if you keep on just polishing the cage, if you just keep on cleaning the cage time to time, but you are not feeding the bird, so what will happen eventually? The bird is going to die. So the purpose of the cage, then the cage will be also useless. So now both the bird has also died and the cage is useless. So we are also, our material body is like that golden cage, and our spirit soul, it is encaged inside this golden cage, and it is like that bird. So today what is happening is that we are just busy in polishing that golden cage and maintaining that golden cage. We are not actually giving the food to the bird, to our soul. Like today, we wear so nice garments, we apply all sorts of cosmetics on our skin, but actually we have forgotten about the knowledge of the soul, which is our true identity. And without feeding it, the bird will die and the cage will be useless. Our body is useless without the soul. So that's the point. So if yes, so if you want to, you know, the purpose of the body is till then you feed your soul. And how you can feed your soul is by attending these kinds of beautiful sessions. And in the further sessions you will also, you know, get more methods that how you can feed the soul. You can actually chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and yes, you can keep on hearing this knowledge about your soul, because you see, this was actually the knowledge by which Arjuna emerged victorious. So you all can also emerge victorious in this, in your life, like Arjuna. Yes, so that's all. And any questions are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Divyanshu. We can stop recording, Shivansh, and you can share the recording.